Possible spoiler alert. You have been warned. Possible spoiler alert. Don't say I didn't tell you. Hello, everyone out there, all my fellow nerds. It's your girl, Queen X Lexi, coming to you live right now. I just want to talk about a little bit about some new anime. Um, as you know, if you are into anime like I am at least, there's been a whole new slew of anime drop this season. Um, and, it's not all great, but it's not all bad either. Um, Now, in order to talk about the episode that I want to talk about, I kind of have to go backtrack a little bit to a show I watched called My Next Life as a Villainess All Routes Lead to Doom. Now, I wrote a little bit about this on my blog, which I'll help you find later on if you're interested. But I basically said, just to sum it up, that it was really good. I enjoyed the first season. And the main character was painfully oblivious to all things romantic, it seems like. She was so hyper focused on trying not to die in her next life, which makes sense. I get it. Totally understandable. But she was just a little too painfully oblivious to me, especially for someone who has already lived a previous life and then died. It just kind of doesn't make sense. And she kept all her memories, so it was a little strange. But regardless, the new season has dropped something very similar. The title is I'm the Villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. Now, I reluctantly gave it a shot. It took me some time to actually come around to it after it dropped, but I think it's really good so far. Hopefully, it stays that way. Unlike My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, it doesn't have a second season yet, and maybe it won't need one. And I don't think My Next Life as a Villainess needed one, which is probably where they went sideways for me. But this new anime, like for her to want to tame the final boss was interesting. The title kind of grabbed me a little bit. I was like, is she gonna make it her friend, or is she going to what's she gonna do? Now, upon watching the episode, I realized that she's actually going to try and marry the final boss because the final boss is a demon lord. And he basically doesn't really understand why she's doing this, and it makes sense. Like, it's very out of character for her apparently. And it's interesting because it's an actual love story, from what I've gathered and from watching a couple episodes, that it's a love story, but it's also, she is a villainess trying to prevail from being an actual villainess because, the person who's now in her body is not that. And I mean, at its core, it is an isekai. Like, this person was from a different world and is now in a new world. And we see so many of those nowadays that, half of them to me are trash and half of them are great. um, and I think that this is a fun one to watch. It's not super serious or anything like that. It's not like, you know, um, what's a really good one? Jobless Reincarnation. Like, that one to me is pretty serious. Um, and it has its own quirkiness to it. But this one is more, relaxing. You don't want to think too hard. It's a really good pick. I don't think I gave too many spoilers with this episode, but I do think you should check it out, see what you like about it, see what you don't like about it, and let me know what you think. Send comments or emails, however you want to reach out to me. I'd love to hear from the audience. And I think I'll probably do episodic episodes for this particular anime, just to see where it goes, and we'll go from there. I really do enjoy the anime world, so with the whole new slew of anime dropping, we'll have so much to talk about and so much that I don't want to talk about. Um, but until next time, I'll see you guys later. Later, nerds. Hello there, nerds. I just want to give a quick shout out to Anchor. They have made it possible for me to make my own podcast out of my own home, do it rather quickly, and be able to do it how I want to do it. And they are just amazing. It's great editing. It's wonderful for beginners and experts. I highly recommend it if you want to start your own podcast. They're also linked with Spotify, so everything is streamlined and I don't have to worry about copying, pasting it anywhere. It's already on a very popular platform. And if you're looking to start your own podcast, Anchor is it for you. Till next time, peace and love, nerds.